Welcome back to another edition of Birds of a Feather, the CoEd edition. It's your girl AJ, the Suburban Princess here, back with my CoEd. You know him, you love him. What's up, Eddie B?
I'm good, AJ. How are you? It's been a minute.
Yeah,
Miss you.
thank you. I
Wow.
missed you too. I've been slacking, and every time I thought I wanted to pod, I just suddenly felt the need to roll over and take a nap. So I have totally been in a hibernation period. I'm trying to shake it off. I started walking again yesterday, and I'm trying to get in the habit because I know we getting close to the winter season. I want to get
Yeah.
my body in back into a live shape before I start getting too comfy. So as you know, we
Um,
both are fighting, trying to get our butts away from the desk when we get out of our sedentary jobs.
ah, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
hard. I've been
definitely.
I've been even sending you little stretches that I've come across, and my sister started sending me diet and tips and stuff. So I'm trying to make a conscious effort to be a little better before the end
Well,
of the
this has been a difficult week for me, so week and a half. So
year. Yeah, I know.
yeah,
I'm sure you've been just trying to push every day, getting through, getting your
yeah,
health together yourself. So
yeah.
all right, we're not going to be depressing, but we're going to be encouraging because tonight is Monday Night Football and we are excited.
Rematch.
Rematch. As
Yeah,
much
but
as we want to try to downplay it, though, does it feel like a Super Bowl rematch to you, or does it feel like just a better game that we've watched
it's a
the
good,
past couple
it's a
weeks?
better game. Yeah, it's a better game. Yeah, because you can't really, because it doesn't mean as much. So it's like because honestly, even if hate to say like if we did lose this game, it wouldn't hurt us that much because it's an AFC game,
Mm-hmm.
so AFC opponent, so doesn't hurt our NFC record. So
No, I mean to come out of this being 8-2 is not a bad thing, honestly. But I mean, we would like to be 9-1. I mean, we know how we felt this time last year when, they had a chance that night when they played the Redskins to, keep it 9-0 instead of going 8 and.
yeah,
But this is
Redskins
one of those games.
always
You
like
just
to shit on our party. So
what you say?
Redskins always like to shit on our party. So you know that they
And I
always
thought
do.
I'm glad the Giants decided to sweep them too, just like we did. So the Giants just picked up after what we did this weekend, beating them. DeVito got his just desserts, and
I
he
couldn't believe that team
they,
is so bad.
they
I'm
just laid
surprised.
over. I was barely looking at games because I didn't really care. I just went out and
I
prayed.
was surprised. I was like, wow, they really won.
Yeah, I saw some scores and I was like, huh. Like the Giants beat the Redskins. Look at that. Okay. Um, yeah, there were a lot of games that were interesting. I think what makes this
Oh,
game even more exciting is because not only because it's Monday Night Football and it's actually a meaningful Monday Night Football game for once for us fans here, but it's also a good game because you just want to see how far this team has come, considering they will be missing Goddard tonight and they will be missing who's the other injured? Duh, I'm blanking.
it's not that many. It's a very short list this
It's
week.
a short list, but Gotti
Only
is
three,
obviously going to be missed for
it's
the
only three
obvious.
players. It's only
Yeah,
three players.
yeah. There's only three. But
I
the
think
point
it's
is,
that kid,
me. That's my
Evans. I think
say it again.
it's Goddard. I think it's that kid Evans, and I don't know who else.
Justin Evans is safety. I know he's not starting, which is fine. The biggest obvious gap is going to be not having Goddard. But here's the thing: Goddard has a way of getting injured in such a way that he's never a season ending. So expect
I
him to
just
be.
that
He
was
should.
crazy how the guy just fell on his arm like that. I hope he got fined for that too.
He never did. I was waiting for the because they always show all the fines during Twitter, and he never got fined because I guess everybody looked at it like, well, that was kind of how he landed, and I'm just like, yeah, but he was playing like sumo wrestler with his
He
arm
was
trying to
pulling
get
his arm.
leverage and twisted his arm basically.
Yeah.
They never
I guess
find the ones against Dallas against Goddard to be anything worth finding, but they'll find him for strong arming or push a guy off a couple weeks back. Like it's bullshit.
I still think
Anyway,
that's bullshit too. So
there's a lot of
still,
fines that honestly I'm convinced that NFL is just trying to recoup some lost money because it just don't make sense that the fines that are coming out. Because even Swift got fined a couple weeks back and
for finishing a play. Yeah. Okay.
basically, and then they find Josh Jacobs again for just being a running back, aggressive running back,
And
saying that he's
ran
using
somebody
it.
over, and it's like,
Yeah,
wow.
saying that he's using his helmet as a weapon. And I'm just like, well, what the fuck do you wear a helmet for? It isn't a weapon. What is dangerous and what's not in football? Like you are
Yeah,
making it flag
I
football
must
now,
have missed that.
huh?
I must have missed that one. I didn't know he got hit again.
That that's why I live
Uh,
on Twitter because they be giving all the drips and drabs throughout the week, and I see all the fines that come through, and I'll be sitting there going, every fine is stupid. Like every fine doesn't really make sense. The ones that seem like they clearly would be fines are never fines. That's what I don't get. Like, who is the review board who doesn't think one fine is more than the other? And the fact that they find Josh Jacobs like double digit thousands as opposed to just like a 9,000, like y'all just hate
yeah,
the kid. I don't think he's making that much money that you can fine him that much. Like, damn, you taking his whole game check. So,
yeah, right. Put him in his
um,
pocket.
either
Stop.
way, we're obviously excited too about the matchups tonight because we want to see how far. And now that Cam Jurgens is back, we want to see how the O line can kind of
Oh,
fill
that
in
should be
where they've been
should be
streaking. Go
should
ahead.
be way better tonight. Should be way
Yeah,
better tonight. Yeah.
I
So
hope so because wherever Cam was, I mean, honestly, Suopeta was doing fine, but at the same time, he
he
also
did
got injured.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was obvious that when he went down, I think it's going to be fun to see how Kelsey Kelsey versus Kelsey matches out again because obviously he doesn't have that much of a pool like the Super Bowl, but trying to you know, uh, ESPN NFL page was trying to like redo the Kelsey Bowl thing, and I'm like, it's not the same. Like we
Thank
get that they're
God.
playing, but
Thank God tell me because I'm tired of I don't want to hear any more stuff them showing her every 5 seconds.
yeah,
She
I
won't be
mean. We don't have to deal with Taylor, but I mean, they're probably going to be showing Mama Kelsey a lot. But I just feel like it's not
yeah,
the same
it's
need
okay.
to
We love
muster. Yeah, we love Mama. You always
mom.
respect Mama. But
Yeah.
I just don't. I think it's less and less more about the Kelseys at this point. Like it's just an afterthought to bring it up. I think it's a good prop game though tonight. How many times they might cut to the mom, or how many times they might show a split screen. That's what they were saying on
Yeah.
New Heights last week. They were saying how many times are they going to show the brothers in a split screen tonight? Take a drink.
Oh yeah, take a drink. Yes.
Take a drink when you hear Taylor Swift's name mentioned as soon as the kickoff starts, because she won't be there. Um, there's going to be tons of stuff. But also too, we want to see also how whether AJ Brown or Devonta Smith is going to be the main hot hands tonight because if it's not them, it's definitely going to be DeAndre Swift. I think as far as offensive weapons tonight.
Mhm.
Um, I wouldn't be shocked also if Jalen runs in a TD himself. They say he stopped wearing the
Surprised
brace.
if Julio gets another TD this week.
Huh?
Don't be surprised if Julio gets another TD this week, especially with the tight end being out.
I keep forgetting about Julio. Yes, he is our another big guy in the field now. Yes,
Perfect.
you're right. Correct. Yes, if
So,
he does get a touchdown, that'd be really sweet, especially to make up, like you said, for that gap for Goddard. So yeah, you're right. We should consider any time touchdown if you're better tonight for Julio, if not Jalen.
I
Definitely
still
AJ
love how
get
yeah,
one.
I still love how excited the team was for him when he got his first touchdown.
Oh yeah, that was
That
fun.
was that was so cool to see
That was very
everybody
sweet.
running on the
Yeah,
field like
that was definitely
yeah.
cool. Um, but all right, so I'm just gonna throw out a score just because I like to do it, and they just said it before they wrapped up 97-5 today. But I think it's gonna be 27-24. I think it's gonna come down to the fourth, and it's gonna end up in a kick that's gonna win it. I don't see it being a real
I
blowout
can
side because both sides have pretty good
I can get
teams.
on board with that. I can see that being a 3 point game. Definitely.
Yeah, and even if not like a point, just like I don't know if you watch Monday Night Football, I fell asleep with the whole game until that last quarter, seeing Russell Wilson throw that bomb pass at Cortland Sutton, and I said, "This Negro came back and won." Yes, he did. They actually won in Denver. That is shocking.
They've actually looked good the past few games. I'm surprised.
Yeah,
Very
yeah, because now
surprised.
they're 5-5, which is shocking because nobody was looking their way after the first couple games. So for them to be at a
Yeah.
500 team, considering like they seem like they got no help, um, that's a good look for Russell. That's a good look for Coach. Um, I mean, football in all to me is always boring when the Eagles are on bye week. So every game was kind of like ho hum unless you were rooting. Like I was rooting for the Ravens, so I'm glad they finally won that game. But there was a lot of casualties. Obviously, Mark Andrews is gone now for the season, um, and that linebacker almost took out pretty much all three Ravens. He almost took out Lamar. He almost took out Odell. He took out Mark. So I'm like,
Yeah.
they should examine his tackling skills maybe after this week because he may just get a fine just for the hell of it if he hurts one more person.
He probably got drug tested too.
I wouldn't look. They drug tested Jason after the last game on his birthday. So
Yeah.
you know.
He's like, oh yeah, he's like, hey, happy birthday, he pissed in his cup.
Who's in the cup? Yeah. It's like even if he wanted to sneak a beer, he couldn't because they were trying to see how much you've been using before. And it's like the best part about that probably only started because Jason was maniacally yelling in the Cowboys player's face. He
But he
said
said he was laughing though.
he said he was
When
laughing, yeah, because he looked like he was
yeah,
yelling, but when he said I was just going ha ha.
his
So
brothers call him a maniac. He's like, you being
yeah,
like a maniac.
like you're a psycho. But I said I like it though because that was his way of saying like even if you're not gonna let me go, I'm just gonna laugh in your face because you're
He
clearly
probably
pissed
kicked him in
off.
his head.
Yeah, yeah. He's been through some stuff with that team, and that's why I said all the little things. And I saw what happened even before that happened. I saw the guy kind of linger over him, so that's why that happened because he kind of stood over Kelsey, and I was like, "Oh, here we go." So to see
Uh-oh.
that was the only thing that came out of it. He's lucky because Kelsey could have swung on him just for the hell of it and just been like, "I'll just risk it, kicked out." Like, fuck it. Um, well, tonight is going to be very exciting, but what I wanted to discuss too with the other teams, surprisingly, I have become a Flyers watcher because the Flyers are looking
I
pretty
watched the
fun.
game yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I missed last night. I missed yesterday's game, but I watched Saturday's game, or maybe it was Friday. Days are blending, but I watched that game, and you know me, I'm all about Connect Me. Connect Me has been getting so many almost scores, if not getting a score, since they started the season. I'm not getting hype about them or the Sixers. I just want every game I watch to be pleasant. I don't care about playoffs with these teams right now because they're all in a building phase. Um, Sixers are definitely looking very encouraging.
Yeah,
And
they
I
look
think that
competitive. Both teams do, so which is good.
definitely competitive. Maxey kind of went the fuck off in Brooklyn yesterday. I mean, my God, I saw that half court shot from the logo, and I was like, okay, you might want to drug
Mhm.
test Maxey. Like, what the hell is going on with that kid?
Well, he didn't put up 50 like he did that one night. So I
Oh,
mean,
that one night, yeah, that was amazing. But to me, nothing with Maxey shocks me. It just always shocks me when Embiid and him work in tandem throughout the game. Like even if Embiid didn't have to finish the fourth in that game, because I forgot to even turn on to that Brooklyn game until the last quarter. But I know when I saw it, I said as long as D'Anthony's hitting his shots, because sometimes he'd be airballing and
Mel's been
looking like
on.
shit.
Mel's been on lately.
But Mel's been on, and we definitely are enjoying Tobias now, which I've always kind of felt encouraged from Tobias from even 3 seasons back. So I knew he had hit I knew he had broke down that fourth wall 2 playoffs ago. So that's why I'm not surprised with any I just feel like he's definitely a player that needs to be in a certain rhythm and we all know that through the roster changes, the rhythm
Mhm.
has been lacking a lot with this team and chemistry because the roster keeps changing. So at this point, I think with Toby, I think people need to lay off and realize that it just took a time for him to get into comfortable and confident
Also,
with his shot.
yeah, and Harden also impedes on that because Harden demands the ball so much.
Yeah, I mean, the obvious thing is the reason why we didn't even want to talk about the Sixers a lot was because of Harden and his drama. And I don't think the Clippers are doing any better with him right now anyway.
I
Um,
think they finally won a game with him.
they
Finally.
finally won a game with a shot for him, but we all seen that before too. So here's the thing that I'm
Yeah.
noticing between him and Ben Simmons that are different. The difference with him and Ben is that at least with Ben, you kind of doubt whether he wants to try, whereas Harden is a natural trier, but it's so blasé in all his other
Hmm.
things about his craft that it makes you even more annoyed, that someone like of his caliber is such a spoiled brat, you know what I mean, when it comes to
Yeah.
what he feels he's owed as to what he can offer a team. Like if he would understand that basically you don't have to make things so dramatic and you don't have to also give up on your team when you don't
Yeah.
feel like applying yourself every time.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't like Harden's little bullshit speech he gave either. I couldn't stand that.
Yeah, I am the system bullshit. Yeah, that goes on a t-shirt for the dumbest thing. That's up there with, people saying Ben is soft like ice cream. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things you'll look back and say that's going to be the death of you by the time they phase you out of the NBA because I don't care. There's a lot of mid guys in the NBA, but he was someone who
Mhm.
had the potential to be better than mid, and he just chose
Oh yeah,
to be
easily.
mid. Yeah. So I have no sympathy for him, but I'm proud the Sixers are moving on anyway. The whole saga with Kelly Oubre and the hit and run car accident last week was kind of weird. I was scared for a minute because it seemed like it was a Jussie Smollett type of thing for a minute. Like he was just
Yeah.
saying something happened and then there was no evidence and suddenly they're saying there was no sign of an accident where they said he got hit. So I'm like, oh God, please don't say this Negro is lying. We don't need this
I know,
drama.
right?
We just started
Yeah.
to get comfortable with him being such a good shooter on our team and such a good presence.
He's
And
been
it's like,
playing really well. Yeah.
yeah. And the fact that TMC got his ring camera footage, I'm still not sure how that happened. Um, the point is he's okay. He's been shown in footage now. He's already back in on the courts. He literally didn't even last at the hospital that night of really quickly. Like homeboy was like,
Yeah.
get me the fuck out of here. He didn't even linger. The rumor is that he was sedated when he was questioned, so some of the stuff may be fuzzy. Maybe that's why he didn't exactly disclose the right location of the accident. But
Yeah.
us in Philly know that people drive crazy, so I am definitely not
Oh,
thinking he lied.
how
So
many
I
hitting runs have happened in Philly? Like,
please, we watch people
we're
not
we're
signal
talking
on
about
a
people
daily
dying.
basis.
Dying. Not just getting ribs broken. Like, you're not getting injured. I'm talking about people dying. Like, crazy.
I'm just saying, like bikers get killed. The fact that he was able to just get up and come from the hospital the same night, like that should just show you, like he was just lucky. He was just one of the lucky ones that got the brunt
Yeah.
end of it. But the fact that he's running around practicing now, and they say that he's training and getting his
Hopefully
strength back up.
hopefully he'll get back in the lineup soon. Because
Yeah, I pray that maybe even my like maybe first week in December or maybe mid December, we'll
yeah,
see him playing full tilt. But he's probably gonna come off the bench at first, obviously, so they can get him
yeah,
acclimated.
work his way back
Yeah.
in.
But get well, Kelly. I'm just glad it wasn't anything crazy. I'm glad that you're alive. I'm glad that you're still on this team. I definitely feel like you got a lot to offer the team. So regardless of whatever foggy circumstance that was, let's just say I'm thankful that you're still with our team. So we just gonna say thank you God to that and move on. Um, and like I
Yep.
said, Flyers will continue to amaze. And at this point, like I said, the best way to just accept all this success is just take each day as it comes, because I think where us fans get in trouble is we put such high expectations every year for
Mhm.
every team. And we have to
Yeah.
realize between them and the union and all these other teams, now we apparently just acquired another field hockey team. Apparently, the Water Boys or Water Dogs or whatever they're called. That's been the newest team acquired for Philly. But for all the field hockey fans or lacrosse fans, I guess that's great. I don't know where they're going to play. I don't know if they're going to put them up there with the union, but that's still to be decided. The biggest announcement, Eddie, which I don't think you care about, but I'm excited. The Philadelphia Soul are
Oh,
back
they're back.
next spring.
Whoa. Yeah, I didn't see that yet. I was hoping they were gonna.
I thought you saw my post because I put it on my page. I put it on my
No,
social. It's okay.
I've not,
It's okay.
been
That's why
keeping
I
up.
wanted to announce it here, because I wanted to see your reaction. Like, I'm hyped. I don't care. Arena football was fun to me, even though I didn't get to really see
I
a lot of
loved it.
games.
I went to one game before. It was
I
fun.
did too. They gave us comp tickets when I was working at the link, so I was able to peep the game. And the only thing I hated about it was that big ass cannon that blew my ears off. But other than that, it was an exciting game, and I love the colors. I wanted a T-shirt. I slacked on getting a T-shirt because I like the colors.
Well,
But
now it'll be back and you can get one now. So
yeah, so March 2024 supposedly is the send off. They already got the schedule for their opponents, so this is some real
who's funding
shit.
the league? Who's funding the league this year? Who bought it back?
I don't know the person's name. They didn't mention John Bon Jovi this time, so somebody else is taking over ownership. So it'll probably formally come out. But I follow the page on Twitter now. I happened to
Jaws
stumble.
had the team before, right? It was Jaws,
Huh?
right? It was
Huh?
him and it was Jaws, wasn't it? Jaws
Yeah,
and Bon
Jaws
Jovi.
and John Bon Jovi. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But either way, the point is that's exciting. It's something to watch, off season in between our sports and stuff, or actually still at that time I think Sixers will still be playing, but the point is it's another option. So now all we need is for them to open up some new places to hang outside of the sports complex, because I'm bored with Xfinity Live. We're not gonna go there. I'm just gonna say, give
Mm,
me some more places to hang out, people. Come
need to
on.
build something.
Nah,
Build something.
we need some switching up in South Philly like a bitch. All right. So going back to tonight, who is someone that you know for sure you think will have probably a big play tonight in the game?
Well, Jalen's going to show. Jalen's going to really come out just like he did in
Mm-hmm.
the Super Bowl. I mean, that's he's going to play. Like,
He got a chip on his shoulder.
yep. And I mean, because he was that close to getting them. So I mean, for him, it needs to happen. Like,
If there's anybody like him at this point who's probably replaying the end of that game more than anybody, it's probably him.
mhm,
He knows how close they were,
yeah,
regardless of whether that bullshit call defied gravity for them to get, a chance to win it. It was the fact that the defense kind of folded the way they did, they wouldn't be in that position. So if there's anybody who still should have a grudge, is the defense, if anybody from that game. There's a lot of guys who probably wish they had played longer. Um, I mean, as we know, that was kind of Kenny G's coming out party when Miles Sanders fumbled and wasn't able to, you know, get back in the game. Um, Now because they're playing in Kansas City, I don't know if necessarily the turf is the issue like it was in the Super Bowl with in the Arizona turf,
Oh my
but
God.
but we cannot let that be an excuse tonight. Tonight is all about
Oh,
getting the
let it go get him this time. You know he is.
I feel weirdly confident that they can do it tonight because I feel like they're owed a win. I feel like because to me after the bye since Andy left doesn't mean anything for this team. I think it's more just about whether or not they can hold. To me, the fourth quarter will determine how this game flows because fourth
Hmm.
quarter usually determines whether or not they still got the horses, everybody's still focused, how tired is the defense. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Because the defense to me is really what determined the Super Bowl as opposed to the offense. So as much as Jalen Hurts may have a chip on his shoulder, he got that team back into a tie, right after he fumbled that ball. So let's just hope he has no fumbles. That's one thing I definitely don't want to see tonight. No fumbles. But I
Yeah.
do want to see the defense get a sack or two because they was letting that cripple boy run around like crazy, dancing over their asses. So I need
Oh,
somebody to sack his ass at least once tonight for Mama. Get a sack for Mama.
he can get a pass from out.
He was pirouetting like a crippled bitch, and y'all just let
Oh
him
yeah,
run.
well the linemen kept losing their footing when they were trying to get him too. So
Yes. But that that one
everybody,
play it
everybody
still irks me
trying
to
to
this day when they show him running and they just it annoyed me so much because I'm like, he's still hurt and y'all can't grab him.
I
Like,
know I'm yelling at TV, hit him. Somebody hit him now.
I mean, TJ was the only one who really hurt him. You know what I mean? Before they went to halftime. So the fact that they couldn't even get their hands on him as he's dancing around everybody and then still manages to get almost a first and goal. I'm like, what is the problem?
Yeah.
There's like 10 of you standing around like, oh, oh, oh. So the defense needs to show me something tonight. I expect a lot from the offense naturally, but the defense, they need to show up tonight.
I want them to follow, keep their game plan going. Like run, have long drives, keep their offense off the field, just like they did in the Super Bowl too, for the most
Yeah,
part.
time of possession. Yep, that's
Yeah.
important.
You got to
Definitely
win
time.
that game. You win that time possession game, and you can you can keep running the ball long because the defense is going to get tired. They keep
And
staying on the
and
field.
don't have to put the pressure on Hurts. We know he's naturally probably going to hold the ball a couple times, but
Mhm.
don't be afraid to even run DeAndre in the fourth or KG in the fourth if need be,
Yeah,
because that's something that they fall away from after a certain quarter, and it irks me.
Boston back too this week. So I mean,
Boston's back, so yeah, and Boston to me makes more of an impact. I hate to say it. If you had to rank running backs, it would be DeAndre, Boston, then Kenny J, and then Penny if they decide to
I,
use him.
yeah, I want to see Gainwell more in the passing game though.
Yeah, I agree.
Since you
I
don't
agree.
have
He's
that
not the
extra tight
rusher;
end,
he's the passer.
since you
Yeah.
don't have the tight end, I mean, use him in the passing game then. Like put him, let him run some routes out there because he's got
He
good
is
hands.
useful. Yeah, he is useful. I don't think he's always the guy that you. I mean, there were times in the past couple of weeks that I was even saying like, "Oh God, sit him down." I think it's just you're right. It's how you use him. He is a good running back. It's just you have to know when to use him. And sometimes I think they just give him runs just to give him runs, and it's like this is not productive. Like put him in where
Well,
you need to put him in.
he's also got to show them that one, he can hold on to the ball because
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
that
But I
part that's killed me. I was like, oh my god, in crucial times too.
but
Right.
between him and Miles, like Miles was more of the fumbler between the two of them at the time, and now I guess the responsibility being on him is what can cause the mind to think too hard when you're trying to run with the ball, and then you forget to possess it. You know what I mean? Like trying to do too much. And I think that's the only where he's guilty. I do think he's still a reliable back, but obviously I would prefer to see DeAndre Swift running through people more
Mm,
tonight than any of them. Like, don't be worried about running him more than 15 times. If he still feels he got another five in him, give him another five
yeah.
carries. Shit,
Yeah.
let the hot hand go. So
RPO is the answer, just like they in the Super Bowl. They RPO'd the hell out of Kansas City in the Super Bowl. That was just like
So it worked. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but just don't overthink it.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
exactly.
You can always tell when a drive starts to go flat because you'd be like, "What is this sweep shit? What is that? Stop doing that shit. Y'all
Yeah.
can't do no screens. Stop with the screen shit." You could tell the throwaway plays. You'd be sitting there going, "They just trying to burn a play. I don't know what the fuck was the point of that." You know what I mean? And it's always a sweep. It's always one of those everyone's goes, "Stop it. That shit don't work."
Now, that one they did the other week did work though when they ran who was it? Was it Gainwell and Swift on the sweep? Yeah, it was.
Oh,
Swift went first. I know Gainwell went first. Swift went after him, and it
okay.
was that kind of sweep. Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
All right.
Gainwell came in, Swift went right behind with him. He blocked the first guy, so that was actually a pretty good like play that they set up. It was some kind of weird like sweep they
And once in a
did.
while they have to improvise, but you know the plays I'm talking about where you can tell that they're throwaway and you'd be sitting there going, the freak was that? It's
Uh,
usually always in the third quarter or like just before halftime where they put in these plays. You're like, now I know y'all just guessing. Like Brian, like, come on, bro.
yeah,
What is that?
Brian still got a lot to learn, but he'll
Yeah,
get
Brian
there.
need prayer. He trying hard. He trying hard. I mean, as much as I dog him, I'm like, I know it's not an easy thing to totally take on all the responsibility that you weren't responsible for last season, but we're getting to that point now where every little win and loss is going to matter because at this point, some of these dudes you have played before that you should know their tendencies, you know.
Yeah.
And when they play the Bills, I won't be shocked if they lose that game, only just because it's not like they play the Bills often. And every now and then, Josh Allen turns into He-Man. Maybe he seemed extra cautious yesterday when I was watching that game, so I think he's aware he's a turnover machine, but he can turn it on when he wants to, and sometimes it works. So um, I
Yeah.
know what L is coming. I don't think it's tonight, but one of these games is going to be like a stupid loss. I wouldn't even be shocked if it was the Seahawk game either, just because some games
Hmm.
like it's kind of like, trap game bullshit, whatever.
And
I don't think
I still
I don't
think
think
one
they
of our
beat the
losses.
Seahawks either in a while, have they?
No, no.
They haven't, yeah. Because even when Carson was here, I was like, they could have won that game, and that game went downhill quick. So I know it's a different squad, and Gino's a different quarterback, but
Yeah.
some teams still know how to scheme us pretty well. Um, do you feel
Yeah, I
like
mean,
we can
but
go ahead?
but look,
I was
okay.
gonna say, do you feel like we can sweep Dallas this year?
Oh, I was gonna bring that up too. I was like,
Yeah,
I don't know because they're both
either.
good teams. So I don't think they're gonna sweep Dallas.
I don't
I don't
think
think
at
they'll
home.
sweep. No, not at home. I think Dallas has a chance to win that one. Like definitely. Like even though I don't want to admit that, but that's their
I
home.
don't
That's their
either.
home.
I don't either. I don't think Dak looks bad to me. I just think that
And could we
same
should
kind of
could we shock them? Yeah, we could shock them at home.
yeah,
I
anything could
mean,
happen. Something fluky could happen, but I just feel like when, especially at home, when it's us, I do feel like there's a certain type of focus they have when we're playing in Dallas that they don't have when they're here because they probably already hate coming here. So when we're in Dallas, it's probably like we're focused, but they're more like, no, we have to win today. You will go
yeah,
down today. Um, yeah, I'm with you. I don't think they're going to win in Dallas, but it would be really nice if something happens and they do.
if they do, then NFC East is locked. Then
Yeah,
because
it is. It's hands down a
nothing,
lot because we already got we
nothing
got
Dallas can do.
yeah, no, because we own them in terms of division wins. So that's a I'm
Have
already
they
calling
lost
it
any
they got the
games
division this year.
other
Huh?
than us? Have they lost any other division games other than us?
Giants usually always around New Year's Eve or Christmas one of them games. Yeah. We still gotta play Giants. So
Uh, Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. It's telling me I'm gonna end in like 10 minutes, so I gotta stop talking. But just to wrap it up, we do feel like we're gonna win this division. But first, we got to start tonight. To me, is the real test for like the real meat of the season. So
Mm-hmm.
Monday Night Football is definitely going to be fun tonight. Don't expect to have to be by your TV till about like 8:20 because there's a lot of bullshit beforehand.
I'm sure never get in there.
Yeah, make your food. I'm probably gonna make my drink and just be sitting there listening to music. I might go peep the new. No, I might listen to Andre 3000 again because last night it helped me go to sleep.
The flute album.
It's a nice little it's a nice little instrumental in the background. I'm saying, like, if
That's
you want to do
cool.
something different,
I haven't listened to it yet. I have to.
It might make you go to sleep, Ed, but I think you should try it just to have it in the background, maybe even before you go to bed, because it kind of helped me going to sleep
Yeah,
last night.
I'll
So
play that kind of
it served a
ambiance.
purpose. Served a
Little
purpose.
ambient noise
Yeah,
in the background.
yeah. All right. So, all right, fly Eagles fly. To all y'all watching tonight, go Birds. Eddie,
Birds.
any final thoughts?
No, I'm just want to see a good game. You know, I mean, yeah, I will be pissed if they lose. I won't be heartbroken, but because I know they're not going to win all the games this year. But you know, as long as they come out and they put up a fight, I want to see a competitive game. I don't because then I could shut people up. Because if they lose bad, people gonna start talking that smack. So
You know, it's just like Jen Scordo said today on Best Show Ever. She said if they lose really bad, she's like, it's gonna be like send Jalen home,
yeah,
fire
and
the
all
coach.
the media is gonna be like, oh well, the Cowboys are definitely the best team now.
That's
Cowboys have
basically where it's gonna go.
Cowboys haven't beat anybody with a winning record yet.
It
So
don't
I mean,
even matter. It's the fact that they beat people like by double digits, so suddenly all of a sudden now they're credible just because they beat obvious teams down. You
yeah,
know,
well.
whatever. Anyway, all right, well, go Birds. It's your girl AJ Twerp Princess. Eddie B, we out. I predict the win. It's coming. Have a good night. Enjoy the game, y'all. Birds of a feather, we out. Bye bye.